morning, everyone. I hope traders and investors alike were green yesterday. Another great day in the market, but we trended. We were trading in a tight range. There were a few assets that we normally watch that ran pretty good. We had some earnings last night. Uh, so we got AMC here. AMC had a miss, is down significantly. It broke out of the pattern outside of the Bollinger Band yesterday and pulled back, but after hours, the earnings come out. They're also doing an offering, so that has pulled back significantly. Let's just get straight into the charts, try to save some time here. So we have to put the call ratio at 86, neutral. The NASDAQ here on our oscillator is 243, so we are still overbought there. The New York Stock Exchange is back to 184, so trying to cool off a little bit. That's exactly what we need. We have the U.S. dollar with a down candle back under the 9. As long as we stand under this 9, I would expect to move back down to the 50. Would like to get below the 50 and pull back some more. So with the dollar trying to cool off, we got the VIX trying to cool off here some more. And we also have crude cooling off as well. So they're all good signs for the market. The crude is under the support level and under the 200. So, we possibly get a flag to push back up, but hopefully we can continue to pull back because that will help the market overall. Apple right here in this trading in this saucer bottom, rounded cup, rounded bottom, however you want to look at it. Doesn't really matter what you call it, to be honest, as long as you're looking at the same thing other traders are looking at. Right into a resistance level here. Traded pretty flat yesterday, closed with a doji there. AMD with a big strong candle yesterday. We had heavy flow coming in on that to give us the heads up towards that trade. I actually took a trade on AMD yesterday. A firm here. You can see a firm pushing up. Not a big day for it yesterday. Here's a firm's 15-minute. You can see where it pushed right there and then pulled back into the second half of the day. Amazon traded, we traded in a range for a while and then it started to rip. Put in the high of the day at the very end of the day. Definitely want to keep that one on the radar. So this is that big drop on AMC. You can see it pull back, push back up, pull back again. It's up a little bit in pre-market compared to where it was at. But we lost, at one point in time we were down like $3 there. So big move down on that one. Here's AMD. This was one that was on our radar yesterday. We are still holding that fib level, but as you can see, our resistance line here, basically 104 is a big level, 100 is a big level. So if AMD can take out the 104 level, I would expect a move up. We can go up to 110 if we can take this 104 level out, and there's actually another level between here and 110. A fib level, and I'm not sure. I'd have to be looking at my other set of charts to read that fib level off. Amazon, you can see decent day yesterday. We're getting a little extended here outside of the Bollinger Bands. I would not expect I would not be surprised to get a pullback. If we don't pull back and we continue to push, watch this 200 here at 146.05 would be your next big level of resistance. You can see Apple. Here, Apple pushed a little bit in pre-market and then pulled back. It was trying to recover it, some of it towards the end of the day, but it never took out the opening candle or anything. Boeing traded pretty flat yesterday as well. Bitcoin trying to push back up here, got a decent sized candle. It's got to take this 9 back here. Struggling there. All right, so Boeing right here, you can see we consolidated, ranged. It did push, end up pulling back, but during this push was a decent trade within that. Chewy here, back above the resistance level. I would look for if we can close and hold this resistance level, maybe get a move up to the 200. The 200 is a big area. You can see we tested it there and got rejected. Watching this MACD. Chevron, pullback yesterday. We called the crude pulling back yesterday hard. So that provided opportunities to members. Just seeing that was an opportunity right there. DraftKings didn't do much yesterday. Pushed up. This running into earnings seems like they're front running some of this stuff. This tried to pull back into the Bollinger Bands yesterday. GME pretty flat yesterday as well. Just a tight doji candle there. We'll try to get the 15-minute chart back up if it's ready. It takes time. Stock charts are a little slow with the splits and stuff. Google right into this resistance area. So this is one to watch. If we can't take this area out, we can look for a move back. Qs. The Qs is the strongest here. Tech is definitely the strongest. That area we're worried about, we have talked about this. The Qs just has ripped right above that area where everything else is stalled out. A lot of other stocks and indices are stalled out at that level. Still, the weekly chart holding very well on the Qs. TLT, we were green yesterday, trying to push up. Not a big move there. All right, so the IWM right here, this is the daily chart on IWM. We are right into this level of resistance. This is the level we're worried about, the end of June or the end of May, the beginning of June, right into that level and stalled out there. If we can't take that out, look for some pullbacks today. I'm not saying back to zero or anything like that, but look for some pullbacks to retest some levels. And we have some oscillators that need to cool off. I'd rather have a pullback day today and maybe let everything cool off. Maybe we can push into next week. Monday's probably going to be chop chop. Mondays are usually chop chop. Mara here, still trading in this nice little tabletop here. Still a nice looking chart. Marvel took the day off yesterday, pulled back a little bit after a nice push up. It's made a decent run here. It could use a pullback or consolidate. Had a nice inside day waiting on a 9 to catch up. Meta, we did push up a little bit yesterday. Not a huge move, but we got flow on this name to let us know that they were interested into it. Back above all our major moving averages except for this 50 here. Well, the 200 up here, but the 9 and the 20. So right now we got to clear this 50 to push up. So Meta's at a resistance level. If it can't take that 50 out on your daily, that could be a place to take an entry for the short side if you can't get above that. Obviously, if you can get above that 50 on the daily, we're looking for upside. You can see the 15-minute chart here. It chopped around, pulled back yesterday, and then pushed up. I didn't look at that chart, but I imagine you got the trend catalyst trend break on that chart on the 5. Microsoft, nice push here. So Microsoft was fairly flat. I mean, you can see right here we pulled back a little bit, give a trade there. Let's go back to the daily chart. You can see did a little better than an inside day, which is not bad considering the market that we were trading in yesterday. So it was a decent move considering as flat as the market was. It wasn't like the previous day, but you can see that we did pull back, we did push up, and looks like it closed on the high. So that's the important part. Even though it ranged pretty tight, it was able to close on the highs. Moderna, a second day with a good follow through, so we were able to get follow through there. I only called that once or twice yesterday. Didn't really trust it. MR is fading here, so we're testing resistance. We actually dip below it. If we open below our 200 and this resistance level, which is right at the 200, I would expect a move down. This MACD is crossing, so we can look at MRO with a bearish mindset today as long as crude continues to pull back. Not really. I haven't looked at it this morning, to be honest. The crude, I haven't. Netflix, we're still trading. We tried to push up a little bit. If we can just move up out of this area, you can see this MACD wanting to pinch. I think Netflix could make a nice move if we can push out of that area. NVIDIA, right into this level that we're worried about. I would feel better about NVIDIA getting above this level, above this candle as well. So about the 200 area, the high 190s, I would feel a lot better about NVIDIA, and I think it has more upside in it. Just has to clear those areas. Oxy, another big down day. Crude showing its weakness, and that's where the bears can go and look for shorts. There's something for everybody. We can always find some kind of trade for everybody and your style and strategy of trading. You can see the big pullback here. I would watch the levels. We have some levels in the face or in the Discord to keep an eye on. Palantir, a little better than an inside day here, but not a big move breaking out of this pattern. Kind of consolidating, letting the 9 catch up. Look at your MACD still trying to cross, still showing relative strength. Still a nice looking chart. Just took the day off. You can see Palantir here, it pulled back, it opened, and then had a nice push up right there. Could have found a nice trend catalyst, trend break play on that. Plug, so Plug's still pushing here. These renewable energies, they are still on the watch list. We still need to keep an eye on them. Look at the relative, what they call relative volume, expanding volume in this chart. Roblex, nice push up here. So run, we closed over that 200. We said yesterday if we can get a close over this 200, then today's candle opens up over that 200. As long as we don't have some big pullback after hours or in pre-market, I would expect run to continue to push. Now, I do think the 9, I would like to see the 9 catch up, but it may not care about the 9 catching up. It may try to push anyway. So let's get that one on the radar. These renewable energies still have some strength. The SPX, this is right where we're worried about. You can see right here, we are right into this resistance level. Very, very tight action here. A big push. Got stalled out yesterday. We just consolidated. We are at a very huge level here. If we cannot take this level out, I would expect 75% of the market to pull back. You can see right here, we're still holding the 20. Today that candle closes. We need to, we really need a strong close. CRM, I really like CRM here, breaking out of this tabletop. Another move up. You can see the 15-minute chart. We pulled back and then pushed back up, took this resistance level out, and pushed right into the end of the day. Still holding this resistance level here. SoFi, pretty flat yesterday. It tried to rip it open, it pulled back, and then it just pretty much traded flat. You can see inside day right there. Still getting decent volume coming into it. Still one to watch. It's getting that expanding volume. Definitely one to watch. SPY just got the candle close, or we still have this weekly candle that's holding this 200 and continuing to push up. We're right in this area here. We've pointed that out. The end of June, or the beginning of June, the end of May is a big area. That's right where we're at. You can see it right here. We need to take those areas out. Still a little extended here. I mean, we're still $9 off from our 9. So 9 handles away, inside day, tight doji. I would like to see another inside day today. I mean, I want a range. I want to trend and not range to make the money. But as for all around market health, I prefer the market to move up a little slower instead of trying to rip every day and take days off here and there and let the 9 catch up. There's always a honey badger somewhere that we can trade. We'll find the honey badgers on a daily basis and we can trade those while the market takes the day off. Pretty overall flat there yesterday. Not a real big move out of it either way. Range pretty tight. Square push up here yesterday. We were watching this one. The earnings were bad. So I have not looked into that. When I get done the video, I want to start digging back into these earnings. But let's keep an eye on Square today to see where it goes. Maybe we can get a pullback on it due to the earnings. I definitely need to look at those earnings before I say too much. What I did see, they did look bad, but I do have to dig into them before I start throwing opinions out there. XLK, tech is still the place to be. Tech is still where the money is. All right, so we got Tesla. We did get back over this 200 yesterday, or stayed over this 200 yesterday. But we tried to push and then ended up basically having a pretty flat day with a doji there. But we did hold the 200 and tried to push on it initially, and then got pulled back.
TILE interface reporting 28 cents.
TILE. All right, so Tesla, you can see right here we pull back initially. I got some nice trades in there. Check out the how we traded video, and you can see a trend line on there. I was able to take positions coming back to that trend line and catching the breaks back down. Just scalping candles. Had a very nice day yesterday. Just scalping candles. Did not quite meet my daily minimum, which I don't focus on, but I was very close to it. Just scalping and a few other trades. Got a decent SPY trade in of the day. Got an AMD trade. I wish I would have cut and didn't hold the last 20 contracts. Wish I would have cut that earlier, but it was still a green trade. Very close to the daily number that I shoot for, but not quite. Twitter, still trading very flat. These tight candles. I believe there's a move coming here. I mean, it's not something that I'm interested in holding, but this is tradable. But this 200 is coming down on and coming down and coming down and coming down. And as it is now, you barely have a dollar move there. So the 200, just needs to make the move now, basically. UNG, we pull back in pre-market. Big pullback here, and we got a push at market open. So that could have been an opportunity right there. That would have paid a nice, we moved fairly, what, 75, 80 cents there. That would have made a nice move with options. So we've been watching this cup and kind of forming this handle here. We need to get back above the 9. We get back above the 9, I do believe. Natural gas can push. We got Russia playing the shenanigans and stuff like that. So we come down here, tapped on this base, pushed up the 9 and 20. I like the way this 9's trying to turn up. I do like Upstart when it broke out, but yesterday was not the best day for it. You can see we had this big pullback, then consolidated down here, but that was an opportunity. That could have been a sell. The sell the pop, like when it popped, could have been looking for that, like we call it, the epic flush play right there. Wells Fargo forming this tabletop. Big pullback yesterday with Wells Fargo. ExxonMobil, look at this big move down. That we called crude pulling back yesterday and look for energy, the short side on energy. And that concludes today's video. I hope everybody has a great day. Trader discipline, guys. Your true trading journey will not start until you start applying discipline. Have a great day. Stay green. See you in the trading room.